Do you want to introduce yourselves?
Have you started?
Name, age. You don't want to say it?
I didn't know we were starting. Hey, I'm
Then you
Larissa.
say her name.
And I'm 22. My name's Naomi, and I'm 22.
22.
Wait, what's...
He's like, grandma.
Would you like me to...
Grandma.
I met you in 6th form, but I thought you were rude, so...
Well then.
Okay, you didn't need to say
You
that.
could talk.
Okay, so when did you realize that I wasn't rude? I think I remember what happened still.
Through Michelle.
You came to my room, innit,
Yeah.
in uni.
I met you because you had no hair.
What?
And she was wearing a fur. That's my first recollection of her. Okay, not no hair. She had her hair really
I
short.
don't know why that information was necessary. Because you could have just said, I met you through a friend.
You had a nice fur as well.
Okay. What was your perception of relationships when you were, let's say, early secondary school, so like you're 7 to 9, and how does that contrast to now?
I went to an all-girls school, so like I wasn't really around boys a lot, so I wasn't really thinking about relationships per se. But when I thought it would happen was when I left school. I thought I would like go to a mixed sixth form and then it would just be all these paying boys. I don't really believe in relationships at my age anymore. People get relationships because they want to take Instagram pictures, you know, like
They want to do the
hotel
birthday thing with the
like,
Dior. I'm thinking, what do you guys do for a living? If you work retail, you're gonna get like 8 bills a month. If you do overtime, 9 bills.
She the finance.
all the gifts.
You know some
But
guys
they're
get
really
grant
good.
and loan and stuff at uni.
Okay, but why are you using your grant to buy people
Literally.
things? Like that's
Literally.
your money for school.
I'm 21. If I had a man right now, I can't do that for him. Like, if
Okay,
I'm gonna be
so
real.
you're talking about like the added pressure
Yeah,
around
it's a lot.
just like,
Literally.
is this a minimum expectation for
Literally.
relationship? But from year 7 to 9, I just didn't think I thought they were pointless. I think because
I agree.
from year 7 to 9, even before that, I've always been a tomboy. So the thought of guys literally did not faze me. What do I think about relationships now? I definitely feel like a lot of it is to do with clout and image and what looks good and what looks attractive to the eye, but the kind of person I am, I don't let myself get sucked into like worldly expectations. So I am pro relationships.
When I contrast the fact that our parents grew up in a different time, in a different country, I don't feel like it's even comparable because our parents didn't have Instagram pressures that we just spoke about. How do you feel like the context of their lives contrasts to how we're dealing with relationships now in the context of our lives?
I don't know if the word is cynical, I don't want to bring like a negative tone to relationships for past generations, but I feel like past generations weren't necessarily getting married for love. I feel like you understood that you were getting married to procreate and to continue the lineage of your family. I wouldn't say that was necessarily the case for my parents, but obviously I'm of Nigerian descent, so I understand how things are in my culture. And I feel like back in the day, as long as it was a good enough person and it's somebody that you could grow to love, like as long as you like them now and you were fond of them, it was okay for you guys to make a go of it.
I can't speak for everyone, but for my parents, like the way they met at uni, and like they even had like my mom was pregnant with me before they got married, so it wasn't traditional anyway. So it's kind of like now it's a bit more free, like people are just having babies and like out of marriage, and a lot of that was not expected back then. Like it was not seen, it was not normal. And like right now it's just like people do things that they want to more than what they're supposed to do or like expected to do.
Patriarchy has affected our parents' generation to the point where even when a man does something, it can't be his fault.
It can't be his fault, yeah.
It has to be your fault.
I feel like that is kind of with us as well though. A
Do you
lot of
think
people
so?
ask like, oh, what did you do or what did
Huh?
she do?
No.
Really?
When
Not
a
lot
guy
of people
cheats.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
so my friend tells me that she's been cheating and I'm gonna ask her what happened, as in like, what did she do?
Yeah. I see that a lot, like what did she
Really?
do to cheat? Or for him to cheat. If you look at Jay-Z and Beyonce, I saw a lot of comments saying that, oh, maybe Beyonce isn't all that, like why would he cheat on Beyonce if she's everything, sort of a thing. It was like, why are you not looking at Jay-Z as a guy that's putting his somewhere else, rather than Beyonce? She's got faults, she's got issues, like why are you doing that?
I'm not anti-relationships, but I have my apprehensions. And yesterday I was thinking, what is it about relationships that makes me just feel like they're a waste of time? And I deep that because of me, my principles are so important to me. And I feel like in relationships, women always have to compromise their principles at some point. Do you know what I mean? But then I started to think, is it even possible to be in a relationship where you don't have to compromise your not compromise, oh, should the lights be on or off, or just some minor things. Your actual principles that you developed before you met this guy.
I feel like you can't stop somebody from breaking like your rules or your expectations and stuff, but it's up to you to decide whether or not you're going to let that behavior persist. I think many women are capable of making sure like, I'm not compromising this is it, but it depends on the person at the same time.
I'm yet to see it.
I don't think it's possible to 100% not compromise. It's not possible.
Even if your principles are like, let's say cheating, for example. If my husband cheats on me, am I actually gonna leave?
Yeah.
How do you know that something is worth forgiving? That's what I started thinking, like, if he cheats, inside me it's like, I'm gonna dip. But you have to look at it from a different angle. If I'm spiritually connected to this person and they make a mistake, I'm actually gonna leave.
I feel like it's so easy to say you're gonna do something, but once your feelings are involved,
in general, I think guys, it's easier for guys to find a good woman.
Yeah.
Whereas for women, it's harder for us to find
the best out of a
good
bad
man.
bunch.
Yeah, like, so for them, obviously, like they've got so many options and so many like people to go for. So like, why would I be taking this when I can just go to this next girl? Like, what the hell? For us, it's like, oh, but I found this guy and like, I just really want to hold on to this.
Let me tell you from now, yeah, if you're my boyfriend and you cheat on me, we're not together because you're my boyfriend. Like,
but what if you know that this is your husband? Like, God has revealed
no,
it to
but
you.
why would he cheat on me? With me, like, cheating, especially when we're not married, it's just, I'm sorry.
Lock off.
you're my like. You're
I'm
my,
sorry. Like, we have no.
like.
There's nothing.
There's nothing to bind
There's
you
nothing.
to.
You're cheating on me now. We're not even married. What
So
are you
what
gonna
will
be
you now
doing?
do when I'm with you?
But you know, people change though.
Yeah, people change, but I'm not here to start waiting for you to change. Excuse me.
I think it also depends on what stage you're in as well.
It's
Because
true.
if you're like a 28-year-old and you're still cheating, have you not grown up?
In this moment, right now, what would it take for you to be in a relationship?
He will. I'm attracted to older guys in it, so he will be working, probably in like a finance sort of career. He will have his life figured out. He'll know what he wants to do. He's ambitious. Yeah, he'll have good morals. What else can I say? I'm not really looking right now, so I can't really say, but yeah, that's what it will take.
I'm attracted to very passionate people. So it doesn't necessarily mean you have to be in like a particular career, but as long as you're actually genuinely passionate about what you do, I'm attracted to that. I need to have a relationship with you where we're literally best friends. Like, I can just chat to you about anything and everything. And I appreciate A-star communication. And me, if you cannot communicate with me, come on, we're adults. We're actually adults, so just say what's on your mind, say how you feel. None of this, I'm upset, so I'm gonna hold a grudge and wait for her to call me. Like, we're too big for that.
If you do that, that's the end.
I feel like I'm very independent in general, so like I would like a guy that could give me my space. I don't like clingy people. Like, don't cling to me.
So what kind of things do you think you'll teach your children about relationships? Honestly.
I'm just gonna tell them, focus on your books until the time comes. And I'm not being a hypocrite because that's exactly what I did. I focused. And then yeah, obviously when you get to uni, if you want to start dating people, it's not an issue, but until then, I don't want to hear it.
I feel like I'm gonna teach my boys how to respect women.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of boys grow up and they don't know how to respect.
But
exactly
I feel like they've just not even been taught how to be respectful in general then, because I feel like if you've raised your children with respect, you wouldn't have to treat a guy versus a girl differently.
We're thinking about Larissa and Naomi in like 5-10 years time. What kind of relationship do you hope for your future self?
That person will just be my biggest cheerleader, my biggest support, my biggest supporter, my bestie. I can just tell them everything and anything, and just someone that you can rely on and trust, really. But just someone to build my life with, you know, someone to plan my life with. That would be great.
Yeah, I agree. I want my next relationship to be my last relationship, because I don't have time to be like dating around like.
To be fair, that'd actually be my first and only relationship, you know.
Same. I mean, it'd be like that, but
But it's good because guys can't just be
I
saying
think my
that
first boyfriend is my last boyfriend.
Yeah,
You know what?
exactly.
That's
Do you know how
flex.
beautiful that is? That's a big
flex.
flex, you know. And if you felt like you've been in a relationship with me before,
Cap.
you haven't
You
been.
deceived yourself.
It never happened.
You played yourself.
I hope you want to cut this out, please.
No, I'm not in there.
Yeah, I just hope that in my next relationship, I'm gonna be, I don't know, happy, I guess. Oh, I want honesty. Like, you know, guys don't know how to be honest. So I just,
You know what? Yeah. I just hope they're an adult, man.
What would you tell your younger self about relationships? Know what you know now.
I would say that I was a smart babe for waiting a long time to even entertain the idea of them. But I would also tell myself you should have waited a bit longer, in fact, to be honest. I feel like I waited quite some time. I waited till I was about 19 to start actually talking to guys. And I should have just not bothered, to be honest, because I'm still a single Pringle and they've not done anything for
what
me.
she
so.
said. I would tell my younger self is to always trust my intuition and to listen to my friends because they can see things objectively.
So be happy with yourself. Don't be planning to do
Yeah.
things when your partner
Build yourself
comes.
up.
Do it for yourself.
So you can get the guy that you want.
Do you know what I mean? Do you know how much of a big flex it is to be like prepared when your man comes?
As in,
like just to know that you don't need him and you can do what you want by yourself.
Fact.
Don't get me wrong, girls. Like I will ask my mum for money.
Yeah,
but
that's
if
not
he
a
tries
problem.
to say no,
That's not a problem. But
I'm not gonna
as long
die.
as I can buy it myself.
yeah.
I can't lie. Even
That's
if I
okay.
can't buy it myself.
Yeah, it's true.
Very
Very true.
Like,
But I just want people to grow and be like happy with themselves before they.
and don't take rubbish because these boys don't take
At all.
rubbish. So you two don't
At
take
all,
themselves.
boys will get cheated on. Lock off.
Period.
Girls
We
will
don't
get
date
cheated on.
boys, we date men.
Oh, that's a
true.
fact.
That's
a
very
fact.
true.
That already eliminates
true.
half of your problem.
Are you alright?
hit my head on
I'm gonna keep that in. Can you please go and sit down? You're a disgrace.
Don't disrespect me.
Oh, sorry.